But stay tuned, as later in the show we go backstage at the Royal Birmingham Conservatoire to see how our speakers perform in a state-of-the-art acoustic setting with a piece from the musician's own repertoire.
For the last part of today's challenge, it's time to see if I can humiliate Otis even further as we find out how our speakers perform in a professional music setting.
We've enlisted the help of one of the exceptional string quartets at the Royal Birmingham Conservatoire, whose alumni include Ivor Novello-winning artists, don't you know?
Hey, that was brilliant. Listen, ladies, we're doing a test of Bluetooth speakers. One's really expensive, one's really cheap. We want to see if you can tell the difference. You mind helping us?
Yeah.
We want you to put on some blindfolds, so it will be a blind test, but we'll bring the table to you.
For this definitive high-end listening test, each of our speakers will play back the Mozart Serenade our quartet have just performed.
And the acoustically tuned performance space we're in is the perfect place for our musicians to hear every note.
We're going to hear my speaker first, but we're not going to tell you what it is, OK? With brand names and price tags out of the equation, the only thing that matters here is how good they sound. My Sonos has got a nice little trick up its sleeve. It's got a thing called Auto True Play, which adjusts the sound according to the environment that you're in. The Sonos uses its inbuilt microphone to measure how sound reflects off the walls as soon as you start playing audio, and fine-tunes the speaker to make it sound its best. Or you can do it manually using the EQ on the Sonos app. OK. Take off your blindfolds, if you will. OK, so what did you think of that sound?
I just think that the bass lines of it could be more prominent.
I thought it was good. It did have a little bit of a tinny kind of quality, but yeah, it was clear.
And over to you, Otis.
That's right. Lacking in bass with a tinny quality, you say? Well, I think you'll find that won't be a problem for my Tribit. Once again, we're playing the same composition by a certain Mr. Mozart, and while my cheaper option might not have auto-tuning and fancy apps, it does have a few things the Sonos doesn't. Because my Tribit has 360-degree sound, I'm hoping to fill this room with more orchestral niceness than his Sonos. Unlike the Sonos, the Tribit's two drivers face in opposite directions rather than just the one, for sound on both sides of the speaker.
Question is, does our audience rate Otis's Tribit as highly as my more expensive Sonos?
You may remove your blindfolds. Let me know what you thought of the speaker you've just listened to.
So I think the sound is very surrounded. And then also when it's quiet, you can hear the delicacy. And then when it's louder, there's a depth in it.
Yeah, I agree that the sound had quite a richness to it, and it seemed the volume was really good.
But which sound did you think overall was the better sound? And hands up for speaker number one.
Boom! There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. It's unanimous. All four. All four. I don't need to see that. What a turnaround. My cheapest speaker takes the unanimous approval of the musicians.
Yeah, whatever. You don't know anything. You don't know anything.